energy price cap set by Ofgem sets a maximum for unit prices and standing charges for gas and electricity and then expresses that number as an annual cost for a typical household family of four. And this is what that number looks like over time. We go back to the late 2010s and into the 2020s, around £1,000 a year. When it got to £1,200 after COVID, we thought that was a lot of money. But look what happened after the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, the effect on gas markets, the price cap, the real cost of supplying energy has soared above £4,000 at one point. Today, we've had the figure set for July back down to a more affordable figure, £2,000 a year. That's for typical use for families. Still double what we were paying earlier, but a great deal of relief, around £400 worth of savings for families. That's because for most of the period when prices were really high, government was subsidising our energy use with the energy price guarantee set at £2,500 here. We were paying this portion of the bills. The Treasury was picking up the area in light blue here. That's the real cost of energy. Now, that bill has run to £94 billion so far, so little wonder that Jeremy Hunt, when Sky News spoke to him a little earlier, was relieved.
Well, I think we've shown in the past that where there are acute pressures that people face unexpectedly, we want to do everything we can to help families. I don't want to predict today what might happen to energy prices. At the moment, we're not expecting to see those kinds of increases. But of course, we don't know that. And all I can say is that I think I've demonstrated in the autumn statement and the spring budget, where I extended the energy price guarantee for another 3 months, funded in part by a windfall tax on the oil companies, that we are willing to do what it takes.
Let's remind ourselves where these numbers come from. They're based on wholesale gas market prices. Again, look back, end of the 2010s, gas below 50p a therm. Then these huge spikes when the war is underway and Russian gas effectively went out of the European energy mix, pushing up prices. They're now below 70 pence a therm for the first time since 2021. And Ofgem uses these prices because companies buy their energy in advance. It uses these prices to work out the future reasonable cost and fair cost to consumers. So what is going to happen next? £2,074, the cap for July set today. It's going to be around that number in October. These are according to forecasts, and into the start of next year. That's January 2024. So some stability for consumers. But remember, that is still double these numbers back here. This is the long-term average, what we're used to paying. So £2,000 is already enough to push millions of people into fuel poverty. That's a mainstream experience. Now, the cost of living squeeze remains, even though these prices have come down.